Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Preloaders and VI preloaders, welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. And you know this by now, or at least you should. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD, 15 of those years spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit. Name of this wonderful channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And on this channel, I share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the elite NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit with you guys, the motorcycle riding community, with the ultimate goal of making you feel comfortable on your motorcycle at slow speeds. That's 1 to 10 miles per hour. That's what I focus on. And I want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. All right, that's a phrase that I've coined, and being the boss of your motorcycle simply means that you're in charge. You're not intimidated by this thing. I don't care how much it weighs. I don't care how big it is. I don't care how small it is. The techniques don't change. And that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. Yes, what am I discussing today? The infamous U-turn. Once again, we're talking about U-turns because it's something that a lot of motorcycle riders are fearful to do. But specifically today, I'm going to talk to you about how being able to make a U-turn on your motorcycle can literally save your life. So I'm on a road here in Savannah, right? I'm not going to take long in this video because this is not a closed road, but it is a road that doesn't have a lot of traffic. But this road represents what I always talk about in my practice sessions. And I tell you guys all the time, you don't have to be able to make an 18-foot or less U-turn. It's just not necessary. You don't have to be dragging your footboards or anything like that. But what I always say is you should at least be able to make a U-turn on a country road. And that is approximately 24 feet. And that's what we have here. This is a country road. It's approximately 24 feet. As a matter of fact, I measured it. All right, guys, let me point out that in this case, I'm not correct. As it pertains to this road, now I measured it from the inside of the white line on one side to the outside, to the inside of the white line on the other side. And wow, it is actually less than 18 feet, right? Less than 18 feet, 17 feet and 10 inches. So yes, this is one of those roads where if you want to make a U-turn on it, you're going to have to be a little bit more proficient. You're going to have to lean the motorcycle a little bit more. But remember, I always say 3 things determine the radius of the turn: how much you lean, how much you turn the handlebars, and your speed. Keep your speed in check. Lean the motorcycle a little bit more and turn those handlebars more. And of course, this is doable as well. But this is tight. Like I said, I always tell you guys this is not necessary, but this is one of those cases where it might be necessary. It all depends on what's going on that road. In my practice sessions, I have a 27-foot box. So that gives you a little bit more room. You don't have to feel too confined, but you can still tell if you're making it within 24 feet. Now, we don't have any walls here or anything like that. But what I do know is if you practice this, use cones or use lines, practice your U-turns, you will feel more confident. And that's what the goal is here, guys. The goal is to raise your confidence while you're riding these motorcycles. And higher confidence means, and I say it all the time, a confident rider is not only a safer rider, but it's a rider that's going to enjoy riding their motorcycles that much more. So I want to give a special shout out to Tom202 because Tom202 kind of inspired me to make this video. And what I mean by that is, and he didn't mean to, he was just telling me a story about how he was riding his motorcycle and he heard gunshots up ahead. And he said to himself, uh-oh, made a quick U-turn, went the other direction, throttled out of that. And this is what I'm talking about. So I said to myself, I know about this road. I've ridden on this road several times. And for those of you that live in an area where roads look like this, where you have woods on both sides, suppose you're riding up the road, right? And up in the distance, you see, let's say you see a bear. Now, a bear is not a slow animal at all, if you don't know that. They're big, but they can run fast. So if you see that bear and you go, uh-oh, I'm going to make a U-turn. And you decide, that you're going to go like this. Okay, let me do this. Look down, look down. The bear's running at you now. Okay, now I'm going to duck walk it. Now this road right here, as you can see, if you can't see it, it's pitched, which most roads are for drainage, right? So now that you do this and now you have to back up. Now you're trying to back it up this heavy hill. Oh, bear's still coming. Now you got to make this turn, but you don't really feel confident about this. This is exercise number 4 because now you have to make a left turn from a stop, right? This is why we practice, people. This is why we practice, because I'm guaranteeing you it's going to come in, right? This is all relevant. Now, I'm giving you a scenario of a bear, but it could be anything. It could be a loose pit bull. It could be anything that you feel is dangerous to you or to you and your passenger, and where you need to make a U-turn expeditiously. That doesn't mean you have to do it fast, but you should be able to do it in one motion, right? So guys, the purpose of this video is I'm trying to do everything I possibly can to get you to understand how important being able to ride one of these motorcycles at slow speeds really is. I want you to grasp how important it is. Because remember, guys, and I've said this before, if you're still slowing down and walking your motorcycle like this, I want you to think about this. In an MSF course, right? This is the basic of the basic. This is brand new motorcycle riders. Never sat on the motorcycle before. What do they tell these motorcycle operators to do on that course? They tell them, they teach them duck walk the motorcycle, because they're not trying to get to the more complicated stuff. Let's not let the motorcycle rider worry so much about balancing the motorcycle and more so about other stuff. All right. So think about that. Basic motorcycle rider, brand new, don't even have a license yet. They're telling them to walk the motorcycle. So now take that same concept and apply it to you. If you're still doing this, you're on the same level as a brand new motorcycle rider at slow speeds, right? Which really equals to, you really don't know how to ride your motorcycle. You're not confident at slow speeds because you haven't learned the skills to apply when you slow down your motorcycle. But I'm here to tell you, this is not a big deal at all. Definitely check out this channel, watch the practice sessions, and practice the practice sessions, okay? And the practice sessions, nothing crazy. Again, this is not some type of competition, all right? That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about making you feel comfortable on your motorcycle. This channel is about making you feel confident, and I'm guaranteeing you, practice the little steps that we have. There's 1 through 9. You could do 1 through 4, right? 1 through 6, I'll say. You could do 1 through 6, and all of this stuff will be so easy. And I'm guaranteeing you, oh my God, you're going to love riding one of these things so much more. So I brought my biggest girl out here today, Violet, and often I have to bring her out to prove to you that I don't care how big it is or how heavy it is. I'm talking about the motorcycle. It's irrelevant. The techniques don't change. Sport bike riders, adventure bike riders, the same thing applies to you. The rules don't change. Please understand that, all right? Please understand that. Now, one more thing I want to leave you guys with. Practice session number 48, I believe that was the number, out in Tennessee. We were doing follow the leader. And in that follow the leader, I rode the motorcycle onto a bridge. The bridge was about the same width as this, right? But it had walls on both sides. So I decided I'm going to make a U-turn on this bridge. I never did a U-turn on that road. I didn't warm up on it. Never even rode my bike on, well, actually, that's not true. I rode my bike across it. But I never thought to make a U-turn on it until that moment in follow the leader. And I remember I said to myself, do I make a U-turn here? And I almost second guessed it, but that quick I said to myself, okay, Robert, when you make your U-turns, you're making your U-turns, you can make your U-turns in about 17 feet. I know I can, no doubt about that. However, that bridge was no wider than a country road, because a country road is designed to allow vehicles to pass on both sides with either a double yellow or a single yellow or a striped yellow. This is a broken yellow line down the middle. That's why I know just by looking at it, if 2 cars can fit passing each other on it, I know I can make a U-turn. And that's what I mean when I say I want you guys to practice. And that's why I want you to use either cones or lines. If you're not going to use cones and you're just going to use lines, record it, because you're not going to really be able to see what you're doing while you're riding as much as you can with a cone, because if you hit a cone, you'll know, all right, I was wide. But I also want you to record it because I want you to see where you're starting your turn. Like right here, line to line, that might be all the space you have if there's a wall there. But sometimes you have a little bit of space beyond the line. But the point is, forget about the space beyond it. You have plenty of space here. And it's important that you know you don't have to do a lot of leaning to make a U-turn in 24 feet either, all right? You don't have to lean the motorcycle a lot. You don't have to drag anything, okay? Head and eyes, so important. Head and eyes, handlebars. Now, in that practice session, there were a few people that were making U-turns within 18 feet on the practice course, right? But as soon as we got outside of the parking lot and we got into a real world situation, that being the bridge and those 2 walls on the side, That's what freaked them out. This is another example of what I mean when I say your mind is the biggest obstacle you're going to have on your motorcycle, right? Because they know for a fact on the practice course, these guys were killing it. Marty, they were killing it on the U-turns. No problem at all. Within that, they wasn't even thinking about the 27-foot side of that U-turn. They were specifically 18-foot box. We got on that bridge, they forgot all about that because when they saw those walls, that's it. They were mind screwed. They turned their head and looked at the other wall instead of looking over their shoulder. And that's the key. So again, watch the speed, okay? Listen to the throttle, okay? So important because that's the only reason that motorcycle is going to fall. And I remember when I went to make that turn, I said to myself, okay, if I make this turn, I gotta commit to the lean right away. And once you commit to the lean in a confined space, that's it. You're committed. So either you're going to hit what's on the other side of that turn, or you're going to have to just drop the motorcycle because you've already leaned, right? And that's some of the things I was telling people about making tighter U-turns. Marty was doing this too, and so was D in practice session number 49. He would go to make the turn, and then in the middle of the turn, he's not looking over his head and his eyes. He's looking over here, and when he sees he's not going to make the turn, then at the last minute, he commits to the lean on the turn. Whereas if he committed right away, that turn would have been a lot tighter. So that's what I had to do there. And everybody else was like, right? But again, that comes with the confidence of me knowing, I know I can do this. I have to say to myself, remember the techniques, listen to my throttle, wherever it is, keep it there. Friction zone, if I'm at a good speed, not too fast, not too slow, because remember, if you're going too slow, you can't lean these motorcycles. They're just going to fall over, all right? 7 to 10 miles per hour, head and eyes, handlebars. I don't have to look here. I know where I'm going. And again, guys, listen, if you don't feel comfortable about turning your head all the way, turn your head here. And then as soon as you start your turn your head here. Sometimes people don't feel comfortable going like this and turning. I get it. You can turn your head in increments because yes, you are going there. And then, but I don't want you to wait until you're facing that way to look there. Look right here. Head and eyes, and then as soon as you start your turn, now look right here. It's going to feel a little bit more comfortable than doing this. I do get that, all right? All right, guys, so that's all I have for you right now. Now you know why I chose this road. I didn't have to edit. No cars drove by while I was doing this, so that's just awesome. But guys, please remember, practice exercises 1 through 6, all right? I highly recommend you practice those. And exercises 1 through 4, guys, you don't have to lean your motorcycle at all. I don't want you to lean the motorcycle in 1 through 4. Okay, I want you to get acclimated and comfortable with these machines. They're going to be so much more fun. You're going to be so much more safer. And if you put somebody on the back of this thing, they're also going to be so much safer. Guys, if you like anything that I do out here, if you like my practice sessions or any of my videos, or if you learn anything from what I'm sharing with you, please hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps me out. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell, switch it to all, and share these videos, guys. That's how Preloader Nation, that's how we're going to grow as a motorcycle riding community. We're going to grow by sharing this information. And keep this in mind, guys. Once you start making U-turns like this, I say this all the time, this is proof that the motorcycle riding community is upside down. You make a U-turn on this road, you may as well be Evel Knievel in people's eyes because that's how you're going to be looked at. It always catches attention. Why is that? Because a very, very small percentage of motorcycle riders actually know how to do it with confidence and comfortably, okay? Keep that in mind. All right, guys, and remember, not only do I want you to practice, preload and keep it loaded and practice some more, but I want you to remember a few things. Number 1, I don't care how long you've been riding your motorcycle. I don't care how many miles you have on your motorcycle. If you struggle riding your motorcycle at slow speeds, you're like a brand new motorcycle rider. Keep that in mind. Secondly, seat time doesn't equal practice time. That's synonymous with what I just said. And lastly, if you have time to ride, you have time to practice. Until next time, guys.